See, random. See, random.
Yeah, that barang. But anyways, I don't think Matt's ready, and I think we kind of, we were kind of soft on you because we're like, it's Matt's first time. Let's just, But we're gonna apply pressure.
I'm ready for all the smoke, man.
All the smoke.
All the smoke. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right, Matt.
How they really gon' talk about money, yeah? When they ain't really got it, I'ma get it about anything, yeah. How they really gon' stop it? They be talking about this and that. They be talking that nonsense. I ain't got no time to waste. I ain't trusting no process. How you really gon' talk about money when you ain't really got it? Every girl want a rich nigga now. Basic girls, they stop it. They be really tryna shoot for the stars. Fucking broke niggas, how you really gon' top it? They be really tryna shoot for the stars. Fucking broke niggas, how you really gon' top it? Let me slide up on you.
Welcome back to another episode of the Matt Alexander podcast. And on today's episode, I got three lovely ladies in the building with me. Introduce yourselves.
What's up, everybody? We are Tuff Talk Toronto, and I am your girl, Deneen.
I am Katrina.
And I'm Brittany. Or Brittany.
It's good. How was your guys' weekend?
It's going well, The weather is hot.
As fuck.
Yeah, man.
You know what?
No
I don't
complaints.
complain about the weather because guess what? In like 2 or 3 weeks, when everyone's gonna be like, it's cold. I'm cold.
Yep.
Brr. But guess what? I like the heat. I thrive in heat.
Me too. I love sweating.
I like winter and fall. I like fall better.
And by the way, you guys are dressed. It looks like you guys are about to touch road.
Better?
No, I'm about to touch my bed after this.
Okay.
True.
It's too nice to be in bed. It's too nice to be inside. For me, at least.
I hear that.
Thanks for having us, Matt Alexander.
And thanks for coming on our pod.
I was just about to say that, I was so happy you guys asked me to come on. I really appreciate it, even though we didn't get to finish the topic, but, hopefully we get to finish it, or part 3, actually. So,
yeah,
I
definitely.
thought we finished it, no? We didn't? We finished it?
No, because Matt was talking reckless and we had to end it. So we promised that we're going to do a third part later.
Mm-hmm.
See, Brittany remembers, you know what I mean?
Sorry.
Well, yeah, let's get into this interview today I got for you guys. Whose idea was it to start the podcast?
What I would say is it was kind of my idea to start the podcast. I've been talking about it for a while, so I was like, you know what? I'm trying to start it. Katrina pushed me to actually starting it, though. So that's how it came about. Because I was procrastinating for a while. I was actually supposed to be, my co-host was actually supposed to be a guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then instead of him being on it, I'm just like, you know what? Things were going on. It was procrastinating, and Katrina's like, just start it. Yo, we're gonna start it September 1st, and then that was it. So that's how it went.
Yeah, this is what 2020. This is Deneen's baby.
What'd you say?
September 1st, 2020. You started.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're coming on to our anniversary, our pod anniversary soon.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys started like 2-3 months before I did.
Yeah.
Oh, so
you're full of fashion.
So who came up with the name Tuff Talk Toronto?
I came up with the name with the original co-host. I was supposed to be the co-host. We kind of agreed on it, but yeah.
Why'd you kick him out then?
I didn't kick him out. He just didn't have the time. Sometimes in life, let me tell you guys, in life, sorry, I'm holding my phone, so it's gonna be sad. My arm's hurting already. Anywho, in life, what's gonna happen is, are you gonna wait for someone, or are you just gonna pursue what you want to pursue? Because if I was still waiting, I wouldn't have started. We wouldn't be on your podcast right now, to be 100%. If I waited.
So does he feel like a way that you went ahead and added 2 co-hosts and he's not involved now that you see the success of the podcast?
Fortunately, he's not an emotional guy, so he doesn't take that to heart. We've already had that conversation, and he still said he doesn't have time to be on it. So it is what it is, right?
Okay.
And I think we're doing pretty well. I mean, we're on episode, we have like 41, 42 episodes. So I think we're doing pretty well, releasing episodes every week. So Yeah, we're doing pretty well.
Mhm.
That leads into my next question. What's the secret to coming up with topics every week? Because that's a hard thing to do, right?
Yeah,
I don't
well,
think it's really hard. We're very random women. Our thoughts are so random, and we all just get along. So it's just easy. We have like easy conversations. That's why it's so easy for us to record.
Yeah.
the thing is, it's not forced. A lot of people will force a podcast and be like, what is interesting this week? We're just like, yo, this is what I heard. This is funny to me, and we're gonna talk about it. And a lot of times when we're on a podcast, we just spew out things, or we're not even. Sometimes I'm like, oh shoot, I'm gonna talk about this, so I'll spew out questions. You know what I'm saying? And they'll do the same. So it's not like, it doesn't become like a chore where you have to sit down and write out stuff. I don't even think we've ever written out topics. We just might go to a group, we might send a meme and we're like, yo, this is funny. Or we might just, whatever, we actually just, the day of, we're just this is what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah, we'll have a topic in mind.
Yeah, there's no week preparations. If we're having someone on our podcast, we don't send them out anything either because we just want to have it natural, right? So there's no, these are the topics. This is what we're going to discuss. No, I don't want you to rehearse it.
So then let me know what each of you brings to Tough Talk Toronto.
What each of us brings?
Yeah.
I think so. Our
Brittany,
personalities, right? Our
Yeah.
personalities are all different but similar. And on top of that, we're all friends, so we all have our same interests. We all have like bump heads at the same time, and we don't take things personally. So we all have like our comedic backgrounds. We all have our spiciness, but I don't think yeah, man.
So what are some of the stuff you guys bump heads on?
Bro, I
have to say this.
talk about that.
Let me answer this. If you tune into, I think it was the same episode that you were on, Matt.
Oh my gosh.
For
Katrina.
example, certain people don't bathe, okay, and some people like to skip, showers. So that's an example of what we were bumping heads on. I'm not going to point fingers at people that skip showers, but some people in this group skip showers, and some people don't.
Uh-oh.
The thing is, it wasn't even bumping heads. It was just differences of opinions. And I'm going to bring this up because they brought it up. Okay, Matt?
I don't know why
on your podcast
want to bring it up.
A lot of people, okay, majority of people have asked, over 20 people I've asked. They go, what do you mean? I have even people messaging me after the fact about the topic, like, what do you mean these people said from their whole adult life, from 19 to the age they are now, they've never skipped a shower. People think you guys are calling BS, right? But I think that's another topic we're gonna talk about later on, because people are actually saying cap. That's what they're saying. It's like, it's cap, big cap. These guys are all capping. So yeah, so a lot of people like talking, which was nice. So I don't think that's more of a disagreement. That's just opinions, right? Whatever. So
we don't really bump heads though.
Differences of opinions. Yeah.
We don't really bump heads. No.
Oh, I just asked it because you brought it up. You said sometimes you guys bump heads, so I had to just.
Well, bumping heads, I'm just saying, like, sometimes Deneen goes, I don't believe you. But then, I mean, yeah. So it's not really bumping heads. Yeah.
Listen, the thing about me is I'm very opinionated. So if I call BS, I will. When I get into Deneen versus everybody mood, Katrina and Brittany know that. Deneen versus everybody, I will go on for days. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'll get evidence based. I'll pull a whole bunch of people.
It'll come like twice a month.
Luckily, you didn't, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah,
I should pull out evidence.
Yeah, Matt, I don't want to come for you on your podcast. So I'm gonna calm it down, right? But yeah.
If you say what you gotta say, man. Don't hold anything back.
Oops.
Huh?
Okay.
Don't hold back.
You want me to say it? All right. Nah, I'm not gonna say it. Let's move on to the next topic.
Oh my God. So how does Tough Talk Toronto determine which guests you guys will have on the podcast? Like, what goes into it?
Honestly, just randomness goes into that, because we have a lot of people that actually reach out to us. Surprisingly, majority, majority of the guests we've had has actually reached out to us and said, hey, can we be on your podcast or whatever the case is? And we're all about networking and having people on, right? Because it's podcasting to me is not about who has, like, you're trying to get onto someone's podcast that has the most followers and this and this and that.
Yeah.
It's really about the conversation for us, right? So it's like, yo, we think you're dope. We listen to your podcast. We like the content. We think that us coming together is going to be a good conversation. You're on the podcast. I don't care if you even have 5 followers. I don't care, right?
Yeah.
So that's what it really is. It's just a really random thing. We do reach out to people as well, though, and we do say, "Yo, like we'll go, yo, this person looks dope. Let's have them. Let's reach out to them, have them on our podcast, right?"
Mm-hmm. Okay, now I'm gonna get a little mixy now.
Oh,
Has there been any stories of guests giving you guys the runaround after they said they're gonna come on the podcast?
they're from England. The one from England.
Let's hear that
Oh,
story.
Hanging.
Yeah.
it wasn't really. So what happened was, England just said it's a shout out to them because they do listen to our podcast, right?
Mhm.
No, they just wanted to come. This was the only instance of this happening. So we planned a date. They have obviously a big time difference, 5 hours ahead, right? So the date that we planned, one girl was ready, but she couldn't locate the other girl, right? So we just said we'll reschedule, right? But they were amped. We didn't reschedule yet, obviously, because other things came up, but we didn't. That was the only instance of, it wasn't really running around. It was just a miscommunication thing.
So did you end up getting
Right.
them on, or did you just keep it moving?
No, we haven't we kept it moving because what it is, you have to, like, there's time to us, there's time slots, right? You're always planning ahead. So we're like, okay, this person, we're having this person the next week or whatever the case. So if you miss your time slot, we're gonna have to recircle back around eventually, right?
Mhm.
But that's just pretty much how it works.
I'm not gonna lie.
You
I've been
can't
following.
delay your podcasting or push back people. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been following your podcast for a minute. How did you guys grow so quickly? Because I seen you guys used to do different methods like going live and stuff like that. Like, explain that.
So the lives were random too, right? It wasn't even something that's supposed to be every week. But what happened was people liked it. That's just the only thing, right? So people liked the live. And we're gonna start that again anyways, guys, but it's not gonna be called Tuff After Dark. So anyone listening to this, look out for the new lives that are gonna start happening. But anywho, it was just, I think honestly, you know, some people, I'll be honest, some people out there buying followers and doing all that nonsense.
Do you find that your friends support your podcast?
Anyone want to answer?
Mine, I feel like mine does.
Yeah, I think mine do. They definitely like if we have any questions or anything that we post, they put like their comments, they share. I would like to thank them for doing that, for supporting our podcast. And yeah, I think they do, and I thank them for that. And even
Yeah, I have a
strangers
few. I have like a
do more, too.
yeah. I have like
Strangers
a select few that would just like if anybody who used to watch our lives, Marilyn, like she supports us and she'll always be on the lives. She's kind of a fan favorite. You love to hate her, hate to love her. But yeah, she's one of my friends. She's strongly supports Stuff Talk.
I have another question to ask you. Oh no, continue. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, just to kind of to end that topic, I'm just gonna say this. A lot of people will support you, but you'll find that, like Katrina said, strangers will support you more than people in your circle
I agree.
will support. And I'll let you know this. There's a lot of haters out there that you think would, like, without even being asked, they will share this or share that. When you're starting off, people don't see your vision and they will legit be like, well, why am I sharing it? I already shared it once. You know what I mean? That's how people are. So you just have to let your work show for itself and don't depend on people to share or do whatever, because there's undercover haters.
That's
Some
true.
people don't have to share. Don't get me wrong. They don't have to. But if you call yourself a friend or family and things like that, I would think that that's what you would do. You shouldn't have to be begged or asked to do it, right?
I agree.
So
And it costs nothing to share, to repost. So
But they're
So-
just showing their true colors, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
let them show
it's
their true
true.
colors.
there you go.
So leading into another question, would you guys say Tough Talk Toronto is like a relationship-based podcast?
We're trying to sway from that because I think we started off more relationship based and opinions from certain relationships or relationship topics. But now we're trying to sway to we're a podcast about anything. We talk about every and anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Relationship podcasts though do pop off more than just random podcasts. Let's be honest. Sports podcasts and whatever. There's certain people that will get big in that, but you just have to talk. Like Joe Budden podcast, I watch that stuff. They just talk shit, but they have a good fan base because it feels like, say you're in a room with a bunch of people talking shit. It
You're
feels
talking
like
to your brethrens or whatever.
Yeah, pretty.
Right.
And Tough Talk, we've got that feedback as well. People will say, yo, I feel like I'm just there listening to you guys talk. Or people say, I'm listening to the podcast, check it out on Spotify. On our episodios, they'll drive and they'll listen to it and they find themselves answering back or getting mad. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's how we want it. We're not a relationship podcast, so it's just a lot of things require, a lot of things are about relationships this day and age and opinions from guys and girls, and we just like to get that both sides, right?
So what are your guys' thoughts on a person like Kevin Samuels? Because he talks a lot about relationships and stuff like that. So I need Tough Talks Toronto's opinion on that.
I personally feel I would like to receive advice from someone that's in a relationship. That's only me. If they have an opinion about a relationship, they should be in a successful one, what they consider a successful one. I don't really agree with most of the things that he says, but I'm not going to shoot them down because it's his opinion. And people go on his show to get, trashed on. So that's on them. Yeah. But I mean, it's what people like, right? So I don't have any opinion towards him, to be honest.
What about you? What about Brittany? What about you? Because you're there quiet, not saying too much. I just saw the eye roll.
I don't like it. But people, like Katrina said, people go there just so he can go in on them. But I don't know. He talks so much shit, but like Katrina said, it's his opinion. So by all means, say what you want to say. I'm just not gonna support it.
Neen, what about you?
Kevin Samuels, I give it to him. He knows how to draw people in, and that's what I could commend him for. Honestly, a lot of things he says and does is just bullshit because not really what he says. A lot of people agree with him, and he does say facts at certain times. And it is people's choice to go on that show. You know what's gonna happen. So if you go on, no one can feel sorry for you. You're just as dumb, right? But at the same time, he's why I say he does some dumb shit is because I've watched some episodes. If you're podcasting or you're talking to someone or have someone on, you should value their opinion, let them talk, let them get it out, right?
I agree.
If he doesn't agree with what you're saying, he'll cut you off and that's it for you, right? And then he'll shut it down, you're off, and then he'll just talk so much shit about you after, right? That to me is a real, I don't know. He has some problems. He has some real issues. I don't really fuck with that show as much as a lot of people do anyway. I watch it a 1-2 time for jokes, but laughing, giggles, whatever.
So I'm gonna ask another question now. So who's in a relationship right now? And in your opinions, what are the positives and negatives of having a relationship during this pandemic?
Why does a relationship person
because it's what'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Who, me?
Yeah, what'd you say?
Oh no, I'll let them answer first.
Okay.
You're in relationships. You guys answer first.
Well, definitely I would say a positive would be having someone around during this time. Someone to kick it with. I don't have any negatives because I have heard a lot of relationships not being able to be successful during the pandemic, but I am, I'm still in mine. I feel like there's always going to be a challenge, and this is one big challenge for relationships. That's why there's so many relationships that aren't staying together or going through this challenge. But I don't have any negatives, to be honest. I don't really have anything negative to say. I'm happy having someone around. I think that we've gotten stronger and we'll continue to get stronger, because if we fought through this, then we can go through anything else.
Okay. I like that answer.
You know, I'm trying to get that ring, you know, so to say the right thing, right?
Don't kill me.
Yeah. Brittany?
I'm in a relationship. I'm in a long distance relationship. So the pandemic has been hard since it's like across borders.
Oh, man.
So it's been very difficult since I'm only able to see her twice, maybe 3 times a year now, until like we get married and either I move there or she comes here. That's the con. It's just the distance, because the distance I'm already used to, but now it's been limited. The pros, like Katrina said, is somebody there, someone I could talk to, someone that has my back. I always, I always say to her, like, if everybody's against me, I know she's for me. So that's something that I always value. I never got in past relationships. So that's my biggest pro.
I think it would be difficult to find that special someone during the pandemic. I mean, wait, Matt, are you in a relationship?
No, I'm single.
So how would you and Deneen, how do you feel the pandemic has caused a strain on finding someone, or no? Deneen's already like,
nope, not for me, to be honest. You know, I still
my friends during the pandemic, so I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too. You know, I'm just chilling, minding my business, you know, just working on
Does anybody think that they're in a relationship with you, Matt?
No, because I'm real and I let it know from the jump what it is.
You said that really slow.
Matt's swiping left and right now on his app, okay?
No.
Yo, he's probably gonna cut this out so he doesn't make that those
everything
women feel a certain way.
Yeah.
No, I'm just single, chilling, you know, learning more about myself, you know, and just chilling, you know. That's what I'm doing.
Do you think if you had someone, it would make during this time and make it easier for you, or you won't? Do you feel lonely?
I would say at the start, but then I kind of got used to it, you know. At the start, I was a little lonely, but you know, yeah, you know, you just come to terms with it, and yeah, I'm just chilling. I actually started this podcast during the pandemic, you know what I mean? Because for years I was always putting it off, so it gave me a chance to focus on this, and then now I'm here.
You know what's funny though, guys? With the pandemic and, you know, people say loneliness and this, I feel like the very start from March, like let's say January, February, March, you know, maybe going to April, everyone kind of took everything. Oh my gosh, lockdown, you know, everyone has to talk online and all types of things, don't see each other. But from then till now, my life has not changed. Like I'm literally, I've been going to work, right? I've been chilling, doing my own thing. You get what I'm saying? Nothing has changed for me. So it's like for me, when, you know, everyone's saying, you know, loneliness and not seeing people, that has not changed for me. I see who the hell I want when I want to see them. And yeah, that's what it is. So I feel like the pandemic for me has just had me appreciate more. So I will go, like if I'm going and spending quality time with people, I'm just appreciating that more, because a lot of people just are too scared to do that right now, right? Not scared, but in general, people are being trapped and so cool.
Yeah, they're hesitant.
What happened?
No, they're hesitant.
Yeah, they're hesitant, right? But I can't be hesitant for nobody, because guess what? We only have one life to live, guys, and I'm gonna let you know, right? If we were to go today after the pandemic, or while the pandemic's going, do we want to be there like, damn, I could have done this, or do you just want to do it? So you get what I'm saying? Life is.
Hold on, I have a question. So does Miss Deneen have a sneaky link? Is that what you're trying to say?
Oops.
Deneen has.
Look at her. Remember, we're being recorded, okay?
We can
see her face.
One must not lie.
Her own things going on, okay?
Jeez.
Things, plural?
Right now? Huh?
Jeez.
Plural? You said things.
Oh, no. Thing.
You did say that.
I know. I say things as in my own little, but whatever. At the end of the day, through the pandemic, but It is what it is.
I
That's
love
it.
that she
Have you-
skirted around
I
that
have a
question.
question.
Right.
I have a question.
All right.
Have you guys heard of any relationships that did not stay to like work through this pandemic? Have they like broken up because they spent too much time with that person or seeing that person for their true colors? Have you heard of that or no?
No, I've have a couple of friends that got into way more arguments, but they've seemed to work through it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been a lot of arguments.
Yeah. What about you, Mr.?
Sorry?
Or were you asking the question to me, or was it for both of us?
To you guys, like anybody who wants to answer, because I've heard of a lot of relationships that haven't, worked out, and it's because they spent too much time together.
Not
Well,
personally, but at work, I hear about like this person's divorcing, or they're getting divorced, or they're getting divorced. It's like, damn, it's like 2 times higher than is normally.
in general, though, you guys do have to take into consideration with the lockdown and with people having to work from home and spending more time at home. When you're in a relationship and you live together, right? If you live with somebody, you're already like when you're entering in a relationship and you're living with somebody, you're already starting to get to know things about this person. Some things might annoy you, but you have a life outside of each other. You have work that you're going to for probably 8 hours. You know, you spend a little bit of time at home. So now being at home together for forever, pretty much, like for the whole
24/7.
Yeah.
everything's gonna start irritating you, especially if you don't have a big space, right? You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you're annoying. Like, you get what I'm saying? Arguments are gonna happen over the littlest, stupidest of things, right?
Yeah.
And that's why domestic violence has gone up during the pandemic. All types of things have gone up because people are at home and spending too much time together, right? Couples per se, right?
So
Work
are you
used to be an
trying to
escape.
say? So you're trying to say the best way is to be single? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm not saying that. I support
Okay.
relationships. I support relationships, and I feel like in life you do eventually need a relationship. Who wants to be old and single? Let's be 100%. You want to start building and have somebody that you could do things with, like your own best friend. Do you get what I'm saying?
I saw Matt's hand go up like this. So I don't know. Are you okay?
Oh, no,
Are you
I was
okay
gonna
being-
say something. I was gonna say.
Okay.
So are you saying the sneaky link can potentially turn to your boo or your man? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that
Yeah.
possible?
Yeah, that's possible.
Okay.
Aww.
Okay.
Okay.
Look at her. Okay.
That's so cute.
But
Okay.
so let me tell you something. During these times too, I say you notice things or you appreciate things, because if you're around someone a lot during a pandemic or you meet someone during a pandemic or whatever the case is, you start to spend more time. There's more quality time because guess what? You ain't doing nothing else. Let's be 100%. There's nowhere to really go but spend a lot of quality time. And you start to know people. So I do feel that's why going back, you can meet people during a pandemic. You can make and do dates. A date consists of walking in a park, sitting in a park, talking, sitting by the beach. You could do a whole bunch of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And virtually too,
Down
like
to,
since being at a long distance.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brittany.
No, I'm saying being at a long distance, everything for us is like virtual until like I go there. You have to put the extra effort in, like virtual, like movie date nights or dinners and shit like that. So
That's creative and cute.
yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. See, to me, I don't know. Oh no, sorry. Say what you're gonna say.
Be hesitant to get that first kiss when you go on your first date because of COVID?
Who? Me?
Yeah, you and Deneen.
Both of y'all.
I'm a
That's fine.
man. I don't even really kiss like that even before the COVID.
We should be kissing anybody, just anybody.
Yeah. As far as I'll just go to the neck, and that's about it. I'm not trying to kiss no woman.
Are
all
you gonna
up and
ask
down.
them, yo, are you vaccinated? Are you gonna ask that question before you kiss them?
Or ask for a negative test 72 hours before the kiss.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yo, I think that's where we're at in life. You know what I mean? You gotta ask.
No, because then if someone asked me that, I'd be like, have you ever had HIV? When's the last time you had
You
an
should
STD?
ask that question.
No,
You
but
should be asking that.
wrong one. Have you ever had freaking
Yeah. Like, have you had I want to know if you have or had a STD.
Yeah.
have you had any vaccinations. Like, you know what I'm saying? Throughout your life, tell me your life history. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things, like if you're asking them for a PCR test now to kiss, or you ask them if they had a rapid test or when's the last time they had that's retarded to me. Like, you might as well stay home and not talk to anybody at that point then, because guess what's going to happen? You're not going to meet nobody. That's why people are scared. You're scared to do anything. Guess what? You think everyone has COVID. Yo, people get COVID.
COVID's a real thing out here, man. You can't just be, kissing up everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Things a real thing out here. People be having bumps on their lips and people are kissing them and shit. You have to ask questions.
I wouldn't kiss nobody with a bump on their lip, honey.
Listen,
people are making out with people.
Listen, let me say something. The reason why I don't be kissing up women like that is because one of my friends used to, be a little, crazy with the women, and he got mono. So ever since then,
the kissing disease.
Yeah, ever since then, I'm nervous. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
mono's a real thing.
That's something. The only people I know that have ever got mono, which is probably like one person in my lifetime, and that's because these people are out there, like, they'll be at a party. Let's make out. Like, you want to make out with any and everybody. Okay, that's disgusting to me. You don't even know if that person brushed their teeth this morning or their tongue. So it's like,
so I have a question for you, Denindo, and Nat. But like, if you're talking to somebody, like, this is like, I would think if I was single, this is what will go through my mind. Like, if I'm talking to somebody, the vibes are right, and you're with them, and you're about to like maybe kiss them or make out with them, and then they like over the past couple of days they start coughing more and more and more. And like, they have, they're like, yo, I don't really feel that good. Well, I feel like in pre-COVID I wouldn't do that, so I guess it doesn't even matter. Same thing. But they start getting caught. I'm like, I guess you.
Okay. Good. You want me to make you something for your cough? But at the same time, cough, people have a lingering cough. I had a lingering cough before, right? And I'm like, and it's allergies and different things happen. The thing is, I'm not going to train my brain to be so terrified, because then I'm not going to live my life. I want to make out with someone that I've been talking to or whatever the case is. I'm not going to make out with them because I'm scared they might have COVID. I could have COVID. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, right? We could all be asymptomatic. At the end of the day, for me, it's different because I get tested every day, right, for work. Yeah. So I will know if I have something, right? But not everyone does that. My test result will be, if I was making out with you and I get COVID, you have COVID. That's it. Like, that's all it is, right? So I got it from you most likely. But then you can't even verify that either. So it's just like, live your life. What the hell? Then you ain't gonna kiss somebody for the rest of your life. Even if you guys in relationships, your spouse,
no, I don't care.
The person you're with could catch COVID anytime as well. What, you're not gonna kiss them?
No, I still will. I wouldn't care. This is we both catching it then.
Yeah, it's really the same thing when you think about it. Obviously, you're not going to be out there during these times kissing every and anybody. You shouldn't even do that in general. That's disgusting to me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If you're talking to somebody, don't just kiss their neck. I don't want no one sucking on my neck like a vampire. You better
speak for yourself. Neck sucking is nice.
It is nice.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be, like, eventually you're going to have that connection, right? If you're really feeling someone, you don't want to just, like, the connection has to be further than that, deeper than that, right?
Okay. So I have another thing to ask. What happened to the YouTube videos, man? You guys were going hard. What's going on, man?
We're redirecting it. We're restructuring our YouTube, right, Denise? Yeah, we're restructuring.
Like I said, I was following you guys. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't see nothing no more.
The thing
but you still hear on Spotify.
If you're listening to our podcast, you should be happy with the audio.
I like visuals though. You know what I mean?
The thing is, when we originally started, I feel you, Matt. I do like visuals. I was pushing for visuals because I'm a visual person in general. If I hear someone, I probably want to see what they look like, what the actions were. What happened?
Nothing. Continue.
How their actions were and things like that. Just, I want to feel like I'm there or I know what's going on, right? The thing is with the YouTube, when you're doing both, the audio plus the YouTube, a lot of work came into the YouTube preparation, right? Because it's not just, it's like you have to figure out a day when everyone could meet up right? You have to set up all the equipment. You have to do this and that.
Right.
It's like you're running out of time sometimes, and it just
Yeah.
got overwhelming. So you do
Mhm.
have to. We just have to revamp, right? We're gonna get back to it. We just have to figure out when. That's all it is.
Or you could always,
And then the editing was
you could always hire your sneaky link to come through, help you out, set up. You know what I'm saying?
well, it wasn't just us. Like, we're thankful that we had like a little village that helped, that always,
Okay,
if they had like availability, like they will help record our videos or anything. Like Denise's brother was a big help when it comes to like the audio. And like I did the editing of the videos. That's like a whole day's work just for like a 30 to 40 minute video. That's a whole day's work of editing. So it got really overwhelmed, but we got a few people to help us.
Yeah, maybe when we expand, like not expand, but maybe if we get a little bigger, or when, let me not say if, when,
Let's
When?
speak it into existence.
we could start trying to evolve into more, right? And instead of just us focusing on setting up and doing all that stuff, we could focus on certain things and have people that could actually do that for us, right?
Mhm.
I have one last question. I don't want to keep you guys too long because you guys are dressed real nice. I know you guys got somewhere to go.
Oh,
But
stop.
what advice would you give to anybody wanting to start a podcast?
Start. Just start.
Yeah.
Honestly,
And you're
just
unique. Like,
start.
your
That's
point of
it.
view is it'll always be wanted or needed. Like it might not seem like you're reaching out to a lot of people, but a lot of people you can reach out to and touch, whether it's like relationships or say travel vlogs or blogs or whatever. Like, your voice would be important to somebody. So just start and just let it out.
I like that. I like that.
And just be like I always say, consistency definitely key. Don't be discouraged if you don't get the amount of downloads or the amount of likes, or you feel like people are not watching, or you're not, getting the followers. Just keep being consistent. Eventually people will come to you because they see the consistency, they
Mhm.
like what you're doing, and it will grow. Eventually it will grow. If it grows in 2 to 3 years from now, it's growing regardless, right? You're being consistent, you're doing what you love, and people will see that, right?
And don't compare yourself to other podcasts.
There you go.
I like
Facts.
that. Yeah. Okay. Well, ladies, thank you for
Nobody's
taking the
gonna have your
time.
mind.
Oh, sorry, what'd you say?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, I just wanted to say, ladies, thank you for taking the time, out of your busy day to come join me. I really appreciate it. And
No problem. Definitely, guys, check us out. Tough Talk Toronto. Thanks, Matt, for letting us on your podcast. We'll come back on whenever you invite us back on again.
okay,
You'll definitely come back on ours as well. And yeah,
because I'm ready. I'm ready for part 3.
you're not ready for
Maybe
me.
you should come on the
I remember where
lives.
we left off. So I'm gonna bring it back. We're gonna finish our conversation, Matt.
Oh, and I'm gonna start coming on the lives too. Okay,
Please
don't
do.
worry. I'm gonna come
Okay.
spice it up for you guys. Don't worry.
When I start the lives again, right? I'm hoping to start them sometime in September. And yeah, just be ready.
I'm
That's
ready.
all. Be ready.
Okay.
Coming with that barang.
What the hell's up, right?
See, random.
Yeah, that barang. But anyways, I don't think Matt's ready. And I think we kind of, we were kind of soft on you because we're like, it's Matt's first time. Let's just,
Yeah.
But we're going to apply pressure.
I'm ready for all the smoke, man.
All the smoke.
All the smoke. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right, that's well.
All right, man. Thank you again, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
How they really gon' talk about money, yeah? When they ain't really got it, I'ma get it by any means, yeah. How they really gon' stop it? They be talking about this and that. They be talking that nonsense. I ain't got no time to waste. I ain't trusting no process. How you really gon' talk about money when you ain't really got it? Every girl want a rich chicken now. Basic girls, they stop it. They be really tryna shoot for the stars. Fucking broke niggas, how you really gon' top it? They be really tryna shoot for the stars. Fucking broke niggas, how you really gon' top it? Let me slide up on you.